Welcome everyone to the Deep Dive. Today, we're embarking on something really special. It's a deep dive focused squarely on boosting your English speaking fluency. Think of this as like a workout for your English voice. Our goal today is pretty simple, but honestly incredibly powerful. We're going to practice speaking English together. How? By listening closely, repeating what you hear from us, and really getting comfortable with natural, everyday English expressions. Now, this isn't just about listening. No. It's about speaking. So I really want you to get ready to open your mouth and repeat out loud with us. This method, sometimes called shadowing, it really helps you sound more like a native speaker. You start mimicking the pronunciation, the rhythm, even the intonation.
Exactly. And what's truly transformative here, I think, is that by actively using your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords, you're actually building muscle memory. It's quite similar to learning an instrument, or maybe a sport. Just knowing the rules isn't quite enough. You have to actually do it. This repetition trains your muscles for those, well, sometimes tricky English sounds and patterns. It makes them feel more natural, more automatic.
Absolutely, that comfort factor is huge. Okay, so before we dive into the main practice, let's just do a quick warm-up, get our voices ready. Think of it like stretching before you exercise. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. Now let's just repeat some simple vowel sounds. Really focus on making the sounds clear and full. Okay, repeat after me. A. Try that. Good. Now E. Your turn. Nice. I. Say it out loud. Right. O. Give it a go. Good. And U. Okay, great job. You're already doing fantastic. Can you sort of feel those sounds in your mouth? That's your voice waking up. All right, one more quick one. Let's try some easy words. Focus on clarity. Repeat after me. Red. Your turn. Good. Blue. Try it. Okay, green. And that one. Excellent. Your vocal cords should feel primed and ready for some real-world English now. Okay, let's dive into our first scenario. We're going to practice phrases you'd probably use every day. Think about maybe being at a cafe or a store. You know, those common interactions. Mastering these will make you feel way more confident. Okay, phrase number one, a very common question. Imagine you're at a shop. You need to know when they close. Listen to how a native speaker might say this pretty quickly. What time do you close today? Okay, now it's your turn. Say it out loud. Try to get that natural flow. What time do you close today? Mm-hmm. Give it a try. Good.
Now, what's really interesting here is how sounds change in connected speech. Look at what and time. That T sound at the end of what. Often, native speakers don't fully release it. It becomes what we call a stop T. Your tongue goes up for the T, but you don't push air out before hitting the T in time. So what time almost blends together. Like what time? It just flows.
That's such a key point. Let's try isolating that stop T for a second. Try saying the word cat, but stop the air on the final T. Don't release it. Cat. Go on. Try it. Right. Feel that stop. Now try hot. Same thing. Hot. Your turn. Good. See how your tongue goes up, but the sound just stops. Okay, now let's apply that back to our phrase. Just try what time, focusing on that smooth connection, that stop T on what. What time. Say that. Excellent. Then we have do you. Now, this is a classic example of reduction in English. Many speakers, maybe most speakers in casual conversation, will reduce the oo sound in you to a softer u sound. So do you becomes do ya. While saying do you clearly is fine, do ya is super common. Let's practice both. First, clearly, do you. Do you. Try that. Good. And now with the reduction, do ya. Do ya. Your turn. Nice. Did you feel that little shift? How it's quicker, maybe softer? Okay, next word. Close. Focus on a nice sharp K sound at the beginning and the O sound. Close. Close. Say it. Good. And finally, today. This word is really important for English rhythm, for syllable stress. We don't usually say today, hitting the first part hard. No. Instead, that first syllable, to, is unstressed. It often gets reduced to just t. The stress is all in the second syllable, today. Repeat after me, focusing on that stress. Today. Today. Your turn. Excellent. Feel that rhythm. Today. Okay, so let's combine all those pieces slowly now. Phrase by phrase. What time? Go on. Okay. Close. Right. Today. Good. Now, putting it all together slowly again. What time do you close today? Give it a try. Fantastic. Okay, now let's speed it up a bit. Try it at a more natural conversational speed. What time do you close today? Hen. Say it now. Excellent.
That's really good practice. And as you mentioned, that stop T and the do ya reduction, they're perfect examples of how spoken English prioritizes, well, efficiency. It's not about being lazy with sounds. It's about making speech smoother, faster. And that syllable stress in today, it's crucial. Rhythm is just as vital as the individual sounds for sounding natural. You're training both your ear and your mouth right now.
You absolutely are. And hey, remember, you can easily switch this up. If you need to know when they open, just ask, what time do you open today? Try that one too. Good. Keep that one handy. All right, our next phrase. This is something you'll use a lot, maybe if you're trying to save paper or just don't need a proof of purchase. I don't need a receipt. Listen to it spoken naturally. I don't need a receipt. Okay, now you say it out loud. I don't need a receipt.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Good work.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, this phrase is such a perfect example of English being, well, non-phonetic sometimes. The spelling doesn't always tell you the whole story about pronunciation. Understanding things like that stop T's we just practiced, and also how consonants often link smoothly onto vowels that follow them. That's really fundamental for natural fluent speech. It just makes everything flow better.
Couldn't agree more. It avoids that choppy sound. Okay, let's break this one down. First, I don't. That T on the end of don't is very often a stop T. Your mouth gets ready for the T, but you don't really push the air out. It just stops. Try it. I don't. Your turn. Right. Now look at need. This is a great example of linking. The D sound at the end of need often links right onto the A, so it sounds like one smooth unit. Needa. Try just that part. Needa. Say that. Good. Feel how the D just flows right into the A. Okay, and now for receipt. Here's the tricky part, the surprise. That P is completely silent. You just don't say it. It's pronounced receipt. Notice the stress is on the second syllable, is C-E-E-P-T. And that first part, A, is usually a reduced vowel sound like R, not re. Receipt. Repeat after me. Receipt. Receipt. Try it. Excellent. Isn't that funny how spelling can trick you sometimes? You're doing a really good job listening for those differences. Okay, putting it together slowly now. I don't need a receipt. Your turn. Nice and slow. Good. And now let's try it again at a natural flowing speed. I don't need a receipt. Now. Fantastic. This is super useful, right? Good for the environment, and you sound totally natural saying it. Okay, moving on. Here's one we probably all use quite often, especially when we're out and about. What's the Wi-Fi password? Listen to the natural rhythm. What's the Wi-Fi password? Okay, now you say it. Try to match that rhythm. What's the Wi-Fi password? Give it a go. Nice.
That's a great example. And you pointed out something subtle but important earlier with what time that tags sound. Here in what's, especially in American English, that tep before the tas can be a bit tricky. Sometimes it's a very quick stop T, sometimes it almost sounds like a flap T, that soft et sound leading into the house, like in butter becoming butter, it just makes it flow faster.
That's a perfect way to think about it. That flap T sound. Let's practice that sound in a couple of the words. Try saying water. Water. Your turn. Good. Hear that soft T sound. Now try city. City. Go on. Right. It's not a hard T. Okay, now back to what's. That T sound is often that flap T or just a very quick unreleased stop before the S. What's. Try that. Good. Then B, often reduced to a soft foo sound. Let's combine those. What's the poo? What's the do? Say it. Okay. Wi-Fi. Pretty straightforward. Usually pronounced as one smooth word, slight stress on who. Wi-Fi. Your turn. Good. And then password. Stress on the first syllable. Password. Try that. Excellent. Okay, slowly. Let's put all the pieces together. What's the Wi-Fi password? Your turn. Nice and slow. Good. Now let's try it at a natural conversational speed again. What's the Wi-Fi password? Say it now. Great job.
And this phrase also really highlights contractions, doesn't it? What's is, of course, what is. While you might write what is in spoken English, especially casual spoken English, it almost always becomes what's. Getting comfortable with contractions like this is, well, it's essential for sounding natural.
Definitely. Good job, everyone. Knowing this phrase is a lifesaver, right? When your data's low or you just need to connect. Oh, and a quick tip. If you need to get someone's attention first, maybe the barista or staff, you can always add, excuse me at the beginning. Try that. Excuse me, what's the Wi-Fi password?
Oh, and to give that a go. Perfect. Very polite. All right, let's tackle another super useful phrase. Imagine you're at a cafe, maybe the airport, library, and your laptop or phone battery is low. You need to find power. Listen to this common request. Is there somewhere I can plug in my laptop? Okay, now you say it, clearly and confidently. Is there somewhere I can plug in my laptop? Give it a try. Good. The way sounds connect and flow, it's really a major theme today, isn't it? And this phrase is another brilliant example of linking. Noticing how sounds seem to jump from one word to the next is such a crucial step towards sounding more fluent.
It really is. Okay, let's slow this one down. We start with is there. When these two words are said together quickly, there's often a slight Z sound linking them. It flows like is there. Try just that. Is there. Is there. Your turn. Good. Hear that Z link. Now for I can, in this sentence, can is an auxiliary verb and it's usually unstressed. So we don't say a strong can, it gets reduced, often sounding like kin. So I can becomes I can. Try saying I can with that reduced sound. I can, I can. Your turn. Nice. Okay, here's a really interesting part. Plug in. When spoken quickly, that G sound at the end of plug often links right onto the end. It makes it sound almost like one word. Plug in or plug in. There's no real pause. Try linking those. Plug in. Plug in. Say that. Excellent. That consonant vowel linking is everywhere in English. And remember, you could also use the verb charge. So you could ask, is there somewhere I can charge my phone? Try that version. Good. Also, think about intonation. Since this is a yes-no question, your voice usually goes up slightly at the very end. On the word laptop. Laptop. Try just that rising tone. Laptop. Laptop. Your turn.
Good. That little lift signals the question. Okay, slowly, let's put it all together now. Is there somewhere I can plug in my laptop? Your turn. Nice and slow. Fantastic. Now let's try it at a natural speed with the rising intonation. Is there somewhere I can plug in my laptop? Say it now. Excellent work.
That's a great example. It shows how you can express the same basic need getting power using different natural phrases like plug in or charge. It shows the richness of everyday language. And that plug-in linking, that's a really clear marker of natural connected speech.
You're doing great. This phrase is so useful, right? When your phone's about to die. Could be anywhere. Oh, and a quick vocabulary bonus. That thing on the wall you plug into. It's usually called an outlet. Or sometimes, more informally, people might just say a plug or a socket. Try saying outlet. Outlet. Good. Now plug. Plug. Right. And socket. Socket. Good to know those terms. You're building a really solid foundation. Okay, now for a phrase that, well, it might feel a bit awkward sometimes, but it's important to know how to say it clearly if the situation arises. Imagine you're in a public restroom and you notice, uh-oh, no toilet paper. You need to tell someone, listen, sorry, but there's no toilet paper. Okay, now you say it. Practice that polite but, direct delivery. Sorry, but there's no toilet paper. Give it a try. Good.
What's quite interesting here is how sorry is used. It's not really an apology, is it? It's more of a polite way to get someone's attention or maybe to preface some slightly awkward news. It shows how the function of common words can really change depending on the context. Pragmatics in action.
That's a great point. It's like a polite little flag you raise before speaking. Okay, let's slow it down. So, sorry is that polite opener? Sorry, try that. Good. Next part. But there's. Remember that T sound at the end of but? Just like with don't and what, it's often stopped or dropped. You don't fully release it. Again, it helps the flow into theirs. Try, but there's. But there's your turn, right? Smooth connection. Then no toilet paper. This part's pretty straightforward. Remember, toilet has stress on the first syllable. T-O-I let. No toilet paper. Say that part. Good. Okay, putting it all together slowly now. Sorry, but there's no toilet paper. Well, your turn. Slow and clear. Excellent. And now, naturally, sorry, but there's no toilet paper. Say it now. Great. You might even add a slight tone of, uh-oh, need help here? You're really getting these subtle pronunciation details. Fantastic job. All right. Let's switch gears. Enough about practical problems. Let's talk about something more fun, making plans with friends and family. These are the phrases you'll use all the time in your social life. Okay, first one in this section. A really direct and common way to see if someone's available. Are you free this weekend? Listen to how it sounds naturally. Are you free this weekend? Okay, now you say it. Try for a natural flow and a friendly tone. Are you free this weekend? Give it a shot. Good.
Yes, and this phrase perfectly highlights that pattern we mentioned earlier, the rising intonation at the end of yes/no questions. It's not just random, it's a crucial nonverbal cue in English. It signals I'm asking for a yes or no answer, making communication really efficient. It's part of the music of the language.
Exactly. Your voice kind of draws a little question mark in the air. Okay, let's slow it down. Are you? That R sound in R often links smoothly to the ooh sound in you. Are you? Are you? Try that. Good. Then free this weekend. This part's fairly clear. Free this weekend and say that. Okay? And just like we said, because it's a yes-no question, the pitch goes up a little bit on the last word, weekend. Try just that rising tone. Weekend. Weekend. Your turn. Good. Just a little lift. Okay, slowly let's put it all together. Are you free this weekend? Ooh. Your turn. Nice and slow. Fantastic. Now, naturally, with a rising intonation, are you free this weekend? Say it now. Excellent. That's a perfect opener for making plans. And you might hear back, yeah, I am. What's up? Or maybe, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Oh, okay, next up. A supernatural, super common way to suggest getting together casually. Let's grab coffee after work. Listen to how that flows. Let's grab coffee after work. Oh, all right, now you say it. Try to mimic that casual, friendly invitation. Let's grab coffee after work. Ooh, go for it. Nice.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, using a word like grab here is a great example of how everyday English prefers, well, casual and proficient language. It's not really slang, but it's definitely more common and friendly than saying, perhaps, let us obtain coffee. It helps you sound less like a textbook and more like, well, a real person.
That's a perfect description. It just sounds friendly. Okay, let's break it down. The word grab here, it's informal, but super common. It means have or get, but in a quick, casual way. When you say grab, put your lips together for the B, but maybe don't release a big puff of air right after. It helps it flow into the next word. Like, let's grab. The B is kind of soft. Let's grab. Try that. Good. Then coffee. Stress is on the first syllable. Coffee. Say it, right? And great thing about grab, you can use it for lots of things. Let's grab lunch. Let's grab dinner. Let's grab a drink. Let's grab a bite. Super versatile. Try saying, let's grab lunch. Yeah, let's grab lunch. Good. How about, let's grab dinner? Let's grab dinner. Excellent. Okay, back to our original phrase, slowly. Let's grab coffee after work. Your turn, slow and steady. Good. Now, naturally again, let's grab coffee after work. Say it now. Fantastic job. And remember that alternative. Let's grab a bite to eat. That's great if you're hungry, but haven't decided what yet. Let's grab a bite to eat. Try that one too. Perfect. You're mastering these natural expressions. Okay, our next phrase.
This one is brilliant for when you want to reconnect with someone you haven't seen in a while. Maybe a friend who's been busy. We need to catch up soon. Off, Camus. Listen to it with a bit of warmth, maybe some enthusiasm. We need to catch up soon. Off. All right, now you say it. Add your own friendly touch. We need to catch up soon. Off. Give it a go. Nice.
What's really fascinating phonetically here is how catch-up often merges together. When spoken quickly, it can sound almost identical to ketchup, the condiment. This kind of phonetic merging, where separate words sound like other words, really highlights why listening for the overall context and flow is so important, rather than trying to hear every single word perfectly distinctly. Plus, catch up is a great example of a phrasal verb. Catch plus up means something new. Socialize, share news.
It's like a little bit of spoken word magic, isn't it? Okay, let's slow it down. First part, we need to. Remember how need and to often blend? That D in need gets reduced or dropped, and to becomes ta. So, need to sounds like need ta. Try just that. We need ta. We need ta. Your turn. Good. That reduction is key. Now for ketchup. As experts said, spoken quickly, these two can sound just like ketchup. Let's just try saying the sauce name. Ketchup. Ketchup. Say it, right? Isn't that amazing? Two words becoming one sound. That's natural English speed for you. Okay, slowly, let's try the whole phrase now. We need to catch up soon. Your turn, nice and slow. Excellent. Now, naturally, with that friendly intention, we need to catch up soon. Ta-da now. Fantastic. Don't worry if blending feels tricky at first. Practice really does make it fluent. And this phrase just means, let's hang out and talk about what we've been doing. Great job. Okay, here's another really good way to ask someone about their plans, maybe for the weekend or even just tonight. What are you up to this weekend? Listen again. What are you up to this weekend? Ta. All right, now you say it. Try for that natural, inquisitive tone. What are you up to this weekend? Okay, good.
Yes, and this brings up another really important sound change we touched on earlier, that T in what turning into a softer D sound, the flat T. When what is followed by a vowel sound like in R, that T often flaps. What are you becomes something like what are you, or even what are ya. Mastering this flap T is a huge step towards sounding more like a native speaker, especially in American English.
Exactly. It's one of those tiny details that makes a massive difference in flow. Okay, let's break it down. What are you? That T in what flaps becomes a soft D, linking to R. Their R and U often blend, so you get somebody like, what are you, or what are ya? Let's practice, what are you? What are you? Say that blend. Good. Feel that flap. Then up to. The P in up can be a soft stop, and to is often reduced to that tuh sound. Up to. Up to. Try that. Okay. Slowly, let's put it all together. What are you up to this weekend? Your turn. Slow and clear. Nice. Now, naturally again, what are you up to this weekend? Say it now. Excellent. How did that sentence feel? Maybe a bit easier the second time once you focus on the what are you. Great job, everyone, for really trying these. Okay, last phrase for making plans with friends. This one is very informal, very common. A simple invitation. Want to hang out tomorrow? Listen, want to hang out tomorrow? Oh, okay, now you say it. Nice and casual. Want to hang out tomorrow? Give it a try. Good.
You know, connecting this to the bigger picture, it's fascinating how in casual spoken English, we often drop words like the auxiliary verb do and the subject you here. Instead of the grammatically complete do you want to hang out, oh, it just becomes want to hang out.
Yeah.
This kind of omission shows efficiency and, well, closeness between speakers. Recognizing it helps listening, and using it makes you sound more natural in informal settings.
It's all about that casual shorthand, right? Okay, let's slow it down. Want to. In fast, informal speech, this almost always becomes wanna. Super common reduction. Wanna. Try saying that. Good. Practice makes perfect. Then hang out. That G sound at the end of hang might be a soft stop, not fully released before you move quickly to out. Hang out. Hang out. Say that. Nice. And remember, as expert pointed out, we dropped do you. That's key for the informal feel here. So slowly, let's try the shortened version. Wanna hang out tomorrow? Your turn, slow. Good. Remember that slight rising intonation at the end. Okay, now naturally. Wanna hang out tomorrow? Say it now. Excellent. Hang out just means spend time together socially. You're really improving. These phrases are the building blocks of sounding truly comfortable in English. Okay, let's shift our focus now. We're moving into a slightly different context. Professional conversations, maybe things you'd say in a meeting or discussing work. The tone might be a bit more formal sometimes, but guess what? All those pronunciation rules, linking, reductions, stress, they still apply. All right, first professional phrase.
Unfortunately, sometimes you have to deliver bad news at work. Here's how you might say it. We're not going to make the deadline. You, listen again. We're not going to make the deadline. You. Okay, now you say it. Practice a clear, maybe slightly serious or regretful tone. We're not going to make the deadline. Shoot, give it a try. Good.
What's really interesting here is that reduction of going to down to gonna. And it's important to note, this isn't just, super informal slang. Gonna is incredibly widespread in spoken English, even in many semi-formal work contexts. It just shows how language naturally evolves towards efficiency. People say it because it's faster and smoother.
That's a perfect example of language in action. Okay, let's slow this down. We start with we're not. Remember, we are. Reduces to we're, often sounding like an unstressed we're. And that T on not is usually a stop T. Tongue up, stop the air. We're not. We're not. Try that. Good. Now, going to. As experts said, this almost always becomes gonna in spoken English. Let's practice that common reduction. Gonna say it, right? Very natural. Then make the deadline. In this phrase, make means meet or achieve by the required time. So make the deadline. Make the deadline. Your turn. Good. Okay, slowly let's put it all together using gonna. We're not going to make the deadline. Ooh, your turn. Slow and clear. Excellent. Now, naturally, we're not going to make the deadline. QSA now. Good job. And hey, the opposite, the good news, might be, I think we're going to make it. Quote. Try that positive one too. Nice. This is realistic professional language. Now, if you're in that situation, maybe you can't make the deadline. You might need to ask this next question. Did you request an extension? Listen. Did you request an extension? Would. Okay, now you say it. Practice that polite professional inquiry. Did you request an extension? Give it a go. Oh, good.
Now, when you practice did you notice that blend again? That D sound from did meeting the Y sound in you often creates a J sound, did use you. That's called palatalization. It's another one of those automatic sound changes that makes connected speech smooth. It's a key feature to listen for and eventually use.
It really is one of those subtle things that makes a big difference. Okay, let's slow it down. Did you, as experts said, that dead plus you often makes a J sound. Did you? Try that blend. Good. Next word, request. The stress here is on the second syllable, request. Request, say it. Right, okay, here's another interesting linking point, an extension. The N sound from the article "an" naturally links onto the vowel sound at the start of extension. And for the word extension, the stress is right in the middle, extension. So that links phrase sounds like an extension, an extension. Try linking those. Good. Hear how the N just flows over. Okay, slowly, let's put it all together. Remember the rising intonation for the yes-no question at the end. Did you request an extension?
Oh, no.
Your turn. Slow and clear. Excellent. Now, naturally with that rising question tone, did you request an extension? Jed, say it now. Fantastic.
And it's useful to know that extension is the noun, the thing you ask for, the extra time. The verb is extend. So you request an extension because you need to extend the deadline. Understanding these word families helps build vocabulary too.
Good point. Excellent job, everyone. This is a super useful phrase in any work or study context. All right, next one. In meetings, especially when you have lots of information or ideas, you often need to simplify or get to the main points. Listen to this phrase. We need to boil down the recommendations. Oh, okay, now you say it with clarity, like you're focusing the discussion. We need to boil down the recommendations. Ooh, give it a try. Good.
What's really nice here is that phrasal verb, boil down. It's a very evocative way to say summarize or reduce to the essential points. Ooh, think about boiling soup. The water evaporates, leaving the concentrated flavor. It's a much more visual and, I think, memorable phrase than just summarize, common in professional talk.
It really does paint a picture, doesn't it? Concentrating the essence. Okay, let's break it down. First part again, we need to remember that blend. Dita. Dita. Try it again. Good. Getting automatic now. Then boil down. That's our great phrasal verb. Boil down. Say it. Right. And now the longer word. The recommendations. Pay attention to the rhythm. The stress. It falls on the fourth syllable. Men. Recommendations. Try saying that word, focusing on the stress. Recommendations. Recommendations. Your turn. Excellent. Long words need good rhythm. Okay, slowly, let's put it all together. We need to boil down the recommendations. Your turn. Slow and steady. Good job. Now naturally. We need to boil down the recommendations. Say it now. Fantastic. You're doing great. This means finding, the core ideas, the most important takeaways. Okay, sometimes at work, someone suggests something that, well, you just don't think it's possible or practical. You need a polite way to say that. Listen to this. I don't think that's doable. Okay, now you say it. Practice a tone that's realistic, maybe a little doubtful, but still professional. I don't think that's doable. Give it a shot. Good.
Yes, this is a very useful professional way to express that something isn't feasible. And notice the word doable. Sometimes when we pronounce words ending in able after a vowel sound like the oo and do, a tiny oo sound, a glide slips in to help the transition. Duku-gu. It just smooths it out.
That little W glide really helps, doesn't it? Okay, let's slow it down. I don't think. Again, that T on don't is likely a stop T. Stop the air, then move straight to think. I don't think. Try that. Good. Then that's doable. That's doable. Say that part. Okay, now let's focus on doable with that little W glide expert mentioned. It sounds like doable. Listen, doable. Doable. Try it with the glide. Nice. Feel that smooth transition. Okay, slowly, let's put the whole sentence together. I don't think that's doable. Your turn? Nice and slow. Excellent. Now, naturally, I don't think that's doable. Say it now. Great. Don't worry if these subtle sounds feel tricky. Practice makes them fluent. This is just a polite way to say, I'm not sure we can actually achieve this. All right, next scenario. Imagine you've had a meeting with a client or maybe a colleague did. You want to know the outcome, their opinion. You might ask, what did the client have to say? Listen again. What did the client have to say? I mean, you say it with an interested, inquisitive tone. What did the client have to say? Prove it. Go ahead. Good.
What's quite interesting here is the phrasing have to say. It's a bit more specific than just asking, what did the client say? Have to say often implies you're looking for their opinion, their feedback, maybe their demands or recommendations or specific input on the matter. It carries that nuance.
That specificity is really useful in a work context. Okay, let's break down the pronunciation. This often gets really reduced and blended. The T in what might flap or drop. Did gets quick. It can sound like one fast unit. What did they? Try that quick blend. What did they? What did they? Your turn. Good. It's very fast. Then client. Fairly straightforward. Client. Say it. Okay? And the phrase have to say. As expert noted, this emphasizes asking for their specific input or perspective. Have to say. Try that part. Good. Okay. Slowly. Let's put it all together now. What did the client have to say? Your turn. Slow and clear. Nice work. Now, naturally, what did the client have to say? Say it now. Excellent job. This is a really common and useful way to ask for a summary of feedback after any kind of meeting or presentation. Okay, our final phrase for the professional section. This one is perfect for confirming if an agreement has been finalized, if everything is settled. You'd ask, is it a done deal? What's the end? Is it a done deal? All right, now you say it. Practice a tone that's seeking clear confirmation. Is it a done deal? Give it a try. Good.
Yes, and a done deal is a great idiom to know. It's a noun phrase meaning an agreement or arrangement that is completely finished, finalized, non-negotiable now. And phonetically, look at the linking in is it a. That is and is often becomes voiced like a ziz, the ticky it flaps to a id sound, and it all links together. Is itty. Getting those links right makes common phrases like this flow so much better.
Exactly. Those links are crucial. Okay, let's slow it down. Is it a, as experts said? Ez becomes Z, becomes D, all linked. Izid. Try that link sound. Izid. Izid. Your turn. Good. Feel how smooth that is. Then done deal. Pretty straightforward pronunciation here. Done deal. Say it, right? And remember, it's a yes-no question, so that intonation rises slightly at the end. Deal. Try the rising tone. Deal. Deal. Your turn. Good. Okay, slowly, let's put it all together. Is it a done deal? Your turn, nice and slow. Excellent. Now, naturally, with the rising question tone, is it a done deal? Say it now. Well done. That's perfect for confirming when a negotiation over, a contract is signed, it's all finished. Wow. Okay, take a breath. We have covered so much ground in this deep dive today. Seriously, fantastic work. You've practiced phrases for cafes, for making plans, for professional meetings. You've actively engaged with so much. Let's just quickly review a few key phrases to help them stick. Remember to open your mouth, say them out loud with me, and really focus on those pronunciation points we talked about. Okay, first, our cafe question. What time do you close today?
Go on. Good. Next, the paperless option. I don't need a receipt. Your turn? Excellent. How about making plans? Let's grab coffee after work. Say it. Nice. And for reconnecting with a friend. We need to catch up soon. Try it. Fantastic. And finally, confirming that agreement. Is it a done deal? Your turn. Great. You are genuinely improving with every single repetition. You're mastering connected speech, reduction, stress. Keep practicing these every day if you can. The more you repeat them honestly, the more confident and natural you're going to sound. These phrases will just start rolling off your tongue. Well done, everyone. Seriously, fantastic effort today. You actively practice speaking. You focused on crucial pronunciation changes, those stop T's, flap T's, reductions, linking, and you've added a whole bunch of natural, everyday English expressions to your toolkit. You really are building fluency, one phrase at a time. Remember, the absolute key is consistency. Keep repeating. Keep practicing. The more you do it, the more confident you'll feel, and the more effortless your English will become. So keep using these phrases. Listen carefully whenever you hear native speakers, and try to notice those subtle sound changes we explored today. They really are the secret sauce to sounding natural. We really look forward to having you back for our next deep dive into English fluency. Until then, keep speaking, keep practicing. Bye for now.
Yes, and as you continue your practice journey, maybe try asking yourself this question regularly. What new sound or what new connection between words did I notice today? That kind of critical listening, that active awareness, it transforms passive learning into a really dynamic process of discovery. And that ultimately is essential for achieving true, lasting fluency. Keep up the great work.